I woke up choking on my own breath. Not coughing, not gasping, choking. And when I opened my eyes, it wasn't my husband I heard. It wasn't the man lying peacefully beside me, the man who claimed he loved me. It was my father. My dead father. 7 years gone. Yet his voice was as sharp and urgent as the night he died. Don't wear the dress your husband gave you. That was his warning. And that single sentence, from a man no longer in this world, ended up exposing the most calculated betrayal I've ever seen. This is the story of how my husband tried to break me, and how my dead father helped me destroy him first. The day before my birthday, I woke up with the taste of metal in my mouth. My heart hammering so hard I thought it would bruise the inside of my ribs. I don't remember sitting up. One moment I was asleep. The next I was upright, gasping like someone had ripped me out of a deep lake. And that voice, that impossible voice, was still echoing in my ears. My father. Dead for 7 years. He had come to me in a dream. But it didn't feel like dreaming. It felt like remembering something that I didn't live through yet. His voice was stern, not angry but protective. The same tone he used whenever he saw danger before anyone else did. Don't wear the dress your husband gave you. I blinked into the dark room, into the silence that wasn't silence. My husband was sleeping beside me, peaceful, steady, oblivious. Meanwhile, my entire body felt like someone had poured ice water through my veins. Slowly, my eyes shifted toward the closet door. The garment bag hung there. Perfect. Untouched. A birthday surprise from my husband. Delivered 2 days earlier with a smile and a kiss on my forehead. Gesture of love. Right? At least that's what I thought. But the dream, that warning, felt more real than the man next to me. I didn't scream. I didn't shake him awake. I just sat there, staring at that garment bag like it was breathing. I already knew something was wrong. Something my father had seen before I did. And deep down I knew. This wasn't going to be a normal birthday. When I met my husband, he was calm waters. Not calm like peace. Calm like a lake that hides the bodies beneath it. He was soft-spoken. Charming. The type of man who listens carefully and remembers tiny details. Your coffee order, your favorite playlist, the story of how your father taught you to ride a bike. People like that are hard to walk away from. But he wasn't perfect. His imperfections were tidy, almost curated. Late nights at work, but never too late. Phone always face down, but never locked. Little oddities, but always with excuses ready-made. Looking back, every sign was surgical. Precise. Engineered. But I didn't see it then. As when someone seems good, your brain fills in the missing pieces. I married him. I chose him. I loved him with a devotion I thought he returned. He used to hold my face gently and whisper, "You're my peace." What I didn't know yet was that I was just his cover. It started small. He stopped looking me directly in the eyes when he talked. His gaze would slide past me like I was a placeholder in his own life. He only touched me when other people were watching. Suddenly affectionate at parties. Cold at home. His words started feeling rehearsed. Like I was having the same conversation again and again. Just with different wallpaper. But the moment everything snapped, that came quietly. One morning he forgot to take off his smartwatch when he showered. The screen lit up. A name I didn't recognize. A message that punched the air out of my lungs. Did she like the dress? I can't wait to see her in it. She. Not me. Another woman. My fingers trembled. Not from heartbreak. No. It was something colder. More focused. Clarity. I didn't confront him. Emotion is how he won battles. Silence would be how I won the war. So I acted normal. Smiled. Made breakfast. Kissed him goodbye. All while he had no idea I had already begun dismantling the life he built on lies. My father's warning replayed in my head like a broken record. And that dress. That damn dress. Suddenly felt like a threat. So instead of taking it to the seamstress my husband recommended, I took it to my seamstress. A woman who had known my family since before I was born. She opened the lining with careful fingers. Then froze. Her eyes widened. Fear flickering across her face like a glitch. There, tucked between the seams, was a tiny black pin. Not a tracker for safety. Not a microphone for romance. A transmitter. A surveillance device. Someone wanted to track me. Record me. Monitor me. Well, he wanted to. My husband. The man who had vowed to protect me. My stomach twisted so hard I thought I'd collapse. Whatever this dress was meant for. It wasn't love. It was a trap. A setup. Difference. Evidence for whatever story he planned to spin. Maybe fraud. Maybe infidelity. Maybe something worse. But suddenly the dream. My father's warning. Made sense. He saw something I hadn't. And now I understood exactly why I woke up choking. I found her. The woman from the messages. Her name was Lena. And unlike him, she had kind eyes. Eyes that looked like they were used to hoping for good things. And receiving the opposite. She didn't know he was married. She didn't know she was being used. And she definitely didn't know that he planned to pin something on both of us. I didn't blame her. She was a victim just like me. So I told her everything. Every lie. Every message. Every detail of his plan. She cried so hard she could barely breathe. Then she whispered, "Tell me what to do. I want to help." And right there, I realized something powerful. The man who thought he was playing two women had actually created a team. A team he would never see coming. Together we built a timeline. Screenshots. Photos. Transactions. Locations. The device from the dress sealed in an evidence bag. We connected every dot he thought he'd hidden. And by the time we were done, his whole plan looked like a blueprint for his own destruction. I knew what I had to do next. Quietly. So quietly he didn't even feel the shift. I moved every financial thread out of his reach. My father's property. My inheritance. My accounts. Every asset with my name on it. Blocked. Secured. Frozen. And then I collected the rest of the proof. Enough to drown him legally. Enough that no lawyer in the state would touch him without gloves. By the time I was finished, my hands weren't shaking anymore. I was focused. Unbreakable. My final move was symbolic. And personal. I invited him to my birthday dinner. At my father's old house. The place where I grew up. Where my father taught me to stand tall. Where he taught me to see danger for what it was. He walked in smiling. The smile he used when he wanted people to believe he was a good man. He kissed my cheek and looked around. "Where's your dress?" His tone was light. But his eyes were searching. Calculating. Expecting control. I met his gaze and said calmly, "I burned it." His smile fractured. Like a cracked windshield. Before he could speak, I slid the evidence bag across the table. The transmitter glinted. Like a guilty heartbeat. He swallowed hard. His throat bobbed like he was trying to keep down the truth. "This isn't what you think," he whispered. I cut him off. "It's exactly what I think. And the police think so too." His face drained of color so fast. It looked like someone unplugged his soul. I leaned forward, lowering my voice. "She knows everything." He froze. He knew exactly who she meant. The woman he thought he could manipulate. Like he manipulated me. I watched realization hit him. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Quietly. Like a man realizing there was no air left in the room. He tried to speak. But I stood up. "You wanted to know who took your place?" He blinked at me, terrified. My father did. I let the truth land slow. And heavy. Even dead, he protected me more than you ever did alive. I walked out. Before he could stand. Left him there. Small, exposed, collapsing under the weight of his own cruelty. He didn't chase me. He couldn't. His world had already started burning. By the next morning, his accounts were frozen. The police reports were filed. The device was logged into evidence. Lena had blocked him everywhere. His workplace was notified. His reputation, polished and perfect, was now ash. The man who thought he was playing chess didn't even realize he was the only piece on the board. I wasn't angry. I wasn't sad. For the first time, I was free. I walked outside, breathed in the morning air, and felt something I hadn't felt in years. Relief. Peace. Validation. My father had warned me. I listened. And because I did, the man who tried to replace him ended up realizing exactly where he stood. Nowhere near me. Sometimes the people we trust most are the ones who build the sharpest traps. And sometimes the people we love aren't meant to stay in our lives, but leave us with a gift instead. My father's gift wasn't the dream. It wasn't the warning. It was the reminder that intuition, that deep aching voice inside you, is never wrong. And when you finally listen, justice follows. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button. Drop a comment and tell me, What's the wildest betrayal you've ever witnessed? And did justice ever come back around? Make sure you subscribe for more high emotion, high drama revenge stories. Just like this one. But trust me, the story's coming next. You don't want to miss them.